The sky's looking so nice tonight, we decided to bring you a game twice. It's night one, round two. The boys taking the field for the 41st District Soccer Tournament, and we'll have all the action for you coming up here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. Better, stronger, faster. David Tolles Tires and Auto Service on Duncan Road.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Tolles Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service, a full-service auto repair shop servicing all models. 2 locations to serve your automotive needs. Call 502-352-2988 for an appointment or go to davidtollsautopros.com.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do,
and families are why we do it.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. Reach out to the Hubbard team for all your real estate needs.
My best money tip is,
Allow your money and other people's money to make money for you.
Think generationally, past yourself. Save, save, save.
Even if it's just $5.
Spend money on things that make sense to buy twice.
Pay back your student loans as fast as you can.
Take good care of your credit because it's buying power.
Start a retirement fund and invest in my 401k.
My best money tip is prepare for everything to go right.
Confidently manage your finances with more solid advice from WesBanco. Money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does.
Game of the Week is brought to you by WesBanco Bank. Money doesn't make you wealthy, understanding it does. So let's talk. Learn more at westbanco.com.
Night is falling, the sun is receding, and the lights are on, and we're going to start the boys' side of the 41st District Tournament. Night 2, but this is round 1, as last night was a play-in game, and tonight, the winner of that play-in game, the Franklin County Flyers, are taking on the number 1 seed in the tournament, Great Crossing. And Lanny, you know, you were talking about Great Crossing's record earlier coming in, and you know, it may be weighted a little bit by the fact that they took some pretty big losses towards the end of the season, but also faced some pretty stout competition. I mean, I see Trinity of Louisville in there as the last game that they played before tonight, and a lot of teams are going to struggle against them.
Lafayette is particularly strong. The 11th region is strong in soccer anyway, and the winner of this game will get a berth in the regional tournament. But Lafayette has only given up 9 goals. They're 13-1, and Great Crossing went 2-0 with them. They came out on the losing side, but that is a strong showing. Now, of course, when you talk about the last game of the season for Great Crossing was Trinity. They got beat 8-0. So that's a whole other level up. But if you can hang with Lafayette, you can hang with just about anybody. And Great Crossing's the number 1 seed for a reason.
Yeah, and you look at the other side of this game, Franklin County. We were talking about what your momentum and what your last game is coming in for Franklin County. Getting off to a good start last night against Frankfort Christian, 7-0 the score, and just what really stood out about the Flyers was the fluidity of play and how well they played with each other, passing and moving, just able to basically go wherever they wanted to on the pitch. But the level of competition is taking a pretty significant step up tonight as we see the Flyers there preparing for tonight's game, and they will be trying to knock off the second place team from last year's tournament, and Great Crossing, of course, will want to kind of wash away the memory of how last year's 41st District tournament ended when they lost in penalties to Frankfort High.
Yeah, that's a huge 6A school coming 15 or 20 minutes down the road and get knocked off by a 1A school. Franklin County comes in 3-12, 0-7 in the region, 0-3 in the district. They're coached by Mike Hayes. The Great Crossing Warhawks comes in 9-7-3, and they're 5-2 in the 5-2-2 in the region, 3-0 in the district. They have a common opponent, and Scott County Crossing was able to get a 2-1 win over the Scott County Cardinals, their crosstown rival. And at the same time, the same Franklin County Flyers dropped one to Scott County 2-0. So that's the one common opponent that I saw looking up and down their roster. They have Franklin County played Great Crossing earlier in the year at home and lost 4-0. So this is a bit of a revenge game for the Flyers, and they're about to they're on the sidelines getting ready to take the pitch here momentarily.
Yeah, we're kind of having a little bit longer of a pregame than we normally do, as we've already run the pregame time off the clock. But looking at Great Crossing's team stats on the year, the scoring load as it is spread thinly across a lot of players. You've got a lot of players with 5, 4, 3 goals on the season. And if you look at their goals scored versus goals allowed, I know that's weighted by competition, maybe giving up a lot more than you normally would at that point of the season. But 24 goals scored, which is not a lot for a team that's coming in as the first seed. 36 goals allowed. Again, that number might be a little bit exaggerated based on some results that didn't go their way in a big way, but they still giving up only 36 goals over the course of a season is not bad in terms of like keeping the ball out of your own net.
Yeah, they're going to play. They're not looking to rush. They're going to play possession ball, try to control the game, and just get out with a couple of goal victory. Unlike the girls' game was lopsided, but this game does not appear that it's going to be a lopsided victory either way.
Yeah, and we're all hoping for a really competitive game. I know the Flyer faithful will want to see the Flyers protect their home turf very well, and the good results that the Flyers have had, I think they've gotten either a win or a draw in 5 of their games, and all of those results, including last night's, all came, only one of them was on the road. The rest of them were here. So they definitely favor playing on their home pitch.
Hey, who doesn't?
That's true.
They're doing the starting lineups right now. We'll take a listen to those.
Number 20, Houston Number 22, Helen Gillian. Number 27, Yahir Rapalo. And the goalkeeper, Kevin Sullivan. And now for the Great Crossing Warhawks. Number 2, Jacob Stewart. Number 3, Cash Borges. Number 4, Giovanni Ramos. Number 7, Logan Peck. Number 16, Diego Juarez. Number 18, Mason Papel. Number 23, Zachary Lake. Number 24, Ethan Barron. Number 25, Cannon Willis. Number 30, Tapasso Draghi. And the goalkeeper, Nathan Purcell. Let's play ball.
Alongside Lanny Brannick, I'm John Piesheimer, and we are about to kick off in the boys 41st District Tournament. Night one of the tournament proper, as we had the play-in game last night, and just briefly, I tried to count, didn't get them all, but it looked close enough to 22 to me, so we're ready to play ball here tonight, and it really has turned into a nice night for the game.
It poured down rain all day, literally all day, from last evening till all through the day today, but it really has, and it's nice. It's actually about 70 degrees out there, so it's pretty decent weather for soccer. I do want to say thank you to our main sponsor, David Tolles Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service. They've been a sponsor for many years and sponsor all of our broadcasts. Also, Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher, West Banco, and Central Kentucky Toyota dealers. Our replay sponsor is Goins Insurance and The Floor Show. And our scorebug sponsor, as you can see up there, is Whitehead Hancock Plumbing.
They certainly got their money's worth in the first game, as we had a lot of scoring. Unfortunately for Franklin County, it was all on the side of Great Crossing, and the Flyer faithful will be hoping that we have a little more distribution evenly or even unevenly for them, as we're about to kick this one off here at Great Crossing, wearing the blue with green trim, the navy blue with green trim, and Franklin County white with blue numbers, and they'll be playing left to right as you see it.
There we go.
And we're underway, and
that's an interesting strategy. You just boot it down to their territory and make them throw it in.
Yeah, I think maybe part of that is wanting just a second to communicate and get set up in your shape. One thing we've seen over the years with Great Crossing is they do have a lot of positional discipline. They don't get caught in possession very often, and they look like a team that has played together quite a bit. Is already on the attack here. The shot from distance, and Caleb Sullivan able to wrap that one up pretty easily. That one just kind of found its way into his breadbasket, as they say.
Ball can skip here when the field has been damp or wet, so you're playing with a little more speed. But this field looks pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Despite the rain. This will be a mud pit otherwise.
Nice turn and looking for the through ball. And that time that was Talon Gilliam, number 22, and now Sandbay with it. They're going to work from the other side. That's Rapolo, and plays it over to Sandbay. He's attacked from the right. The return pass to Rapolo doesn't
Great
make
through
it.
Ball, what a save.
Yeah, that was Kirk with the right-footed shot. Nice save there by
Nathan Purcell.
Yeah, Nathan Purcell, who we've seen for a couple of years now in that Great Crossing goal, and had to make it because that was going to sneak its way into the right side of the goal. Early corner here for Franklin County.
On top of our camera.
Left-footed corner in nice position, but couldn't find a friendly head for Franklin County. They will get a throw.
Grayson Scott, nope, hands it off.
Yeah, this will be Mark Ruitt here to take the throw.
Long throw.
Yeah, bounces
dangerous.
into a dangerous spot, but Nathan Purcell's been there and done that, so he knows to come out and sweep that up. And a kick high into the night sky.
Huge leg. Battle for position.
Yeah, a little wrestling match there in the back line, and it's going to result in a free kick for Great Crossing.
I didn't see anything that anybody wasn't doing to the other team. In other words, felt like there wasn't a foul so much as just a jockeying for position.
Let's take a look at this. I thought I might have seen a little bit. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Lanny. There's not a whole lot in that.
Maybe a little hook of the arm, but it wasn't much.
It kind of looked incidental, like it wasn't even intentional. No. Nevertheless, we've got a free kick for Great Crossing.
Jacob Stewart.
Stewart steps up to take it, leaves it, and the kick from distance. Sullivan spills it, and he just gets to it. It's going to be sprayed out a little bit. Flyers are going to try to get to clear that and just trying to let it go out for a goal kick, and that is what it does result in. I didn't really see who had touched it last, but as you can see, leaving the free kick, and that one forced a save out of Sullivan I don't think he was expecting to have to make.
Wow, that was a really tough save too. That ball skipped and was headed for the danger zone, but he blocked it with his hands and managed to get it out of the box.
Blocked it with his hands and more importantly stopped the momentum of it, and that's something we've seen be a problem for some of the goalkeepers thus far on this surface. Now Franklin County trying to work from the back and dispossessed.
So far pretty even possession here.
That's the second time we've seen a little, I wouldn't call it a wrestling match, but you know, just a kind of back and forth between the Flyers. Had trouble picking up that number for the Flyers.
Again, a little ticky-tack there, but
yeah, and that if you're in this game, you know, you have to kind of play based on what the official is calling, and official kind of setting down a marker early.
I agree with you.
This is Gillian. He's the leading scorer. Had one last night, and that one rolls out, and that'll be a goal kick.
Well, he didn't think he was still playing the ball as if he had possessed it the whole time.
Yeah, I think he was maybe looking, and it's tripped me up a few times at the white line and not the yellow one that's going across the face of goal.
Agreed. Nice control there. That was beautiful stop by Logan Hepp.
Logan Hepp, the leading scorer for this great crossing team, tied with Zachary Link with 5 on the season. And Warhawks try to play it from the back, and Franklin County pressing high.
Really dangerous ball.
See number 17, that is Xavier Kirk, or excuse me, that is actually, as we'll come back to that in a second, as great crossings pressing, that is Trace Hall, I apologize.
A foot race down the side, and they're going to say that it's a great crossing corner kick. Okay.
Great crossing, taking the short corner, trying to draw more Flyers into the box.
Settled.
And a shot and sliding save that time by the Flyers, and Sullivan able to wrap that one up.
I thought he whiffed on that. I couldn't tell what happened.
Yeah, Unikalu really just had to kind of lay out and just get any part of himself that wasn't the hand between him, the ball and the goal there. Doing a nice job of just doing whatever he can to keep it out of the back of the net. Now great crossing threatening again. And that one, nobody making the run on the left. I think maybe there, Logan Hepp, number 7 on the left side for great crossing, started to make the run, but might have thought he was about a step offside.
Yeah, it was just a missed chip. This is good defense.
Yeah, Unikalu's been really busy back there for the Flyers. Getting the start tonight.
Hepp, I thought he kept that in, but throw in Franklin County. Hepp is just trying to pester back there right now.
Yeah, you can see great crossing trying to press high and dispossess high, and at that point, the numbers will start coming. But Franklin County, as we saw last night, they're very comfortable playing it, you know, just playing 10 men, all possessing the ball, all involved in the build-up, which a lot of teams won't do that. A lot of teams will just, their instruction to their defenders is just hoof it. And Franklin County not playing that way, but the way to neutralize a team that plays that way is to try to press high and put those defenders under pressure and see how good their footwork actually is.
Chipped in, back to Ramos.
Here comes great crossing down the
left-hand
side.
Down the left-hand side, yep. Looking.
With the step over, cutting it onto its right foot. Curling shot, hits the crossbar. Rebound falls to a great crossing player. That was number 24 for great crossing, who had a chance to put that into goal.
Ethan Barron.
This
is a great shot from Hepp.
Yeah, just worked himself into a little pocket of space, just enough to get the shot off, and he just about thread the needle there.
Missed it by an inch. Another inch lower, and that's a goal.
Great crossing, really applying some pressure to Franklin County right now, as the Flyers have not really had a sustained bit of possession in a little while. Still very early in this game.
Dispossessed there by number 40.
And a little shoulder to shoulder. I think that's a good no call by the official. The ball found its way back to great crossing, but some nice defending there for Franklin County. Now great crossing, just playing it back to the keeper, and they'll reset. I think that was Giovanni Ramos who took the ball, number 4 for the Warhawks. And now it's kind of swish play, and now they're going to bring it back, but that ball.
Bad ball there.
Yeah.
Lazy.
That's a wonderful through ball, and just if he'd seen it happen a step earlier, I think that would have been Gillian in on goal.
I think Gillian was offsides. I think that would have been called offsides. I did not see a flag.
They've been kind of tricky with that lately across all levels of soccer, where a lot of times they'll leave the flag down and just let the play kind of naturally play out, and then they raise the flag, which from our point of view as announcers is a little bit frustrating.
Played back to Link, plays it forward.
Franklin County doing some pressing of their own higher up the pitch now.
Mark Rowett gets it out.
And this will be a little fun to watch, because I think you've got two teams that are comfortable playing the ball on the ground, not having to just kind of go the agricultural route and play it over the top like a lot of teams do. As soon as I say that, there's a cross-field ball over the top. Commentator's curse. And that one will go out, just not able to keep it in over there was Ruitt.
We'll need to figure out who number 40 is for Great Crossing here momentarily.
There's the Warhawks shot from distance, goes off the foot of Unikalu. And Hep, I believe, was standing in an offside position, so not really much he could have done that with that anyway. Caleb Sullivan with the big boot there. Here's Sanbei trying to flick it into his own path, but got a little bit too much on it.
Purcell is calling out instructions here. Look at this boot. Kid has a leg. Kicked it 50 yards in the air. Crossing trying to settle here. Hep on a run, but stopped. And it'll be throw in.
Warhawks.
Let's get a look there at number 18, Mason Tapple, the sophomore, for Great Crossing with the throw in, and
do it again.
Yeah, it'll find its way right back to. No, it's gonna go the other way.
Flyers.
I believe we're gonna maybe get some substitution. No, they just wanted to take the throw in a little less advantageous of a position for the Flyers. But if you're Franklin County, you know, you've gotten through the first 10 minutes, still no score. You've kind of weathered the initial storm by Great Crossing, so you got to be thinking you like your position here.
So far, so good, I think, for the Flyers. They're trying to control that ball, but too much heat on it there.
Rapalo looking for Hall streaking down. Sanbei is trying to get the deflection, just couldn't control it. Flyers still kind of just ping-ponging between white shirts. Here's Padilla, the number 6, and now Purcell finds a way to just get the ball into the air.
Booms it out.
Put it where they ain't.
It's going to be a throw in. Great Crossing. Tapple.
Yeah, you can tell a lot of the attack for Great Crossing so far has come down that left side, which is where they have Logan Hep stationed.
Who is their leading scorer?
Leading scorer and leads them in assists as well.
Here he is in open space.
Right on cue. Hep looking for a friendly face, and instead tries to play it across the face of goal, and a little too narrow of a ball. Caleb Sullivan able to wrap that up.
Yeah, it just didn't have an angle there. It's a tough shot. Sometimes you're hoping for a deflection or something silly, but
Caleb Sullivan, the first player I've seen in this tournament with his last name on the back of his jersey.
Purcell, just another booming clearance. So impressed with that kid's leg. Just
Yeah, and what an asset that is to, and a Great Crossing is a team that's comfortable playing out from the back with your defense, but, you can switch up play a little bit. You do that for a little while, and then, once Franklin County figures that out, you can go the route of just playing over the midfield that way.
Hep. Pushed out of bounds. Was trying to get it to Tapple. Tapple had not made a run that Hep thought he could get it to him.
There's a throw by Great Crossing.
Right into the middle.
Yeah, you've seen that kind of be a trend, and it's always kind of been a thing at this level, but that trend has kind of taken hold in all levels of soccer in the long throw, and the long throw into a dangerous area, and then you just have guys just pouncing on it and it's kind of one of those things that, I'm sure, like, the analytics probably give you a report that tells you, how much more of a chance, how much more your efficiency goes up, how much more of a chance you have of scoring if you play that way. It's kind of, if you want to compare it to basketball, how we've seen the three-point shot dominate basketball anymore, and the, jumper just inside the three-point line is basically, if you take that shot, you're going to find yourself in the NBA, you're going to find yourself looking for a new team.
Nice bit of possession here for the Flyers.
Yeah,
as soon as I say that, they get dispossessed of the ball.
Rapallo, who had a fantastic game last night, losing possession in the midfield. And we haven't really seen the Franklin County Flyers with the kind of possession that they would need to really kind of get those 1-2 passes working like they did last evening. At some points last night, just showing off a little bit, reminiscent of some of the great pass and move teams of history of soccer. We even had like a back heel leading up to a goal last night. But as we said, Great Crossing, a little more capable of a team that's been together a fair amount longer than Frankfort Christian. So you probably have to take a little different tack when playing them.
Tapple to Hep, and Hep.
That one left out for Sandbay to chase, just couldn't get a toe to it.
Hep lost his balance and then tried to make the pass anyway.
I think you're seeing teams with similar ways of playing here, as both of them want to press high. Both of them want to see if they can just harass the defenders as soon as they get the ball. As you see those attackers really applying some defensive pressure.
Barron with a cross really to no one there.
Yeah, that's one of those, you almost just put it there hoping the goalkeeper spills it and then maybe somebody's making the run.
Get a possession here for the Flyers.
Yeah, Franklin County trying to work down the left channel.
Trying to triangle and move the ball to no avail. Pep not able to control that one.
There's Rapallo. Plays it back to the number 10 for Franklin County. That's Alan Calderon. He had a couple goals last night.
Stolen. Missed ball there, though. Kept in by Cannon Willis.
Taken off of his foot by Great Crossing. Here's Hep with it. Just about gets control.
Trying to find a little shape here.
Yeah, I think Hep just kind of put his back foot to it to try to flick it to a teammate, but nobody home. And neither team really able to secure possession and start a coherent attack at the moment.
Yeah, that looked like a ping pong match there for a moment. Not something you want to have said about your soccer team.
Yeah. We'll have some substitutes coming in for Great Crossing as we see number 6 for the Warhawks, Brock Young coming in, the sophomore.
Yep, takes the ball off his chest. A little too cute there, trying to get it past a defender. Whiff.
And I think you can see a little bit of the high pressure that Great Crossing has been applying to that Franklin County back line, taking its toll as the Flyer defenders seem to be a little more in a hurry to get the ball up the field and get the ball out of their feet.
A lot of punt and chase, punt and chase.
There's Hall on the far side. That's Trace Hall, number 17.
Calderon loses it, and Great Crossing will have a throw in. Tried a quick touch, turned it over. Man on and unforced error there.
Flyers will have a throw in. You see Mark Ruitt, number 13. Really neither team able to maintain possession here.
Now this has been really probably 60-40 Great Crossing, but more recently Franklin County able to possess the ball, put some coherence together. But still trying to press.
Yeah, Franklin County the last couple of times they've just been trying to switch play and maybe work down that left side of the field. They think that they can get at the right side of that Great Crossing defense, and they've got Trace Hall out there who started the game. He came off the bench last night, but he does have some pace out there wide.
You've got a sub.
Yeah, number 22 coming in.
Theo Cozy.
The senior for Great Crossing coming in.
Cozy.
And it looks like he's going to take up that space on the right wing.
Miscommunication over there between the Warhawks. Trying to work a little triangle there. No space. 3 guys on the ball.
Yeah, and that's a good job by Franklin County there, and they get their reward for it. Some nice pressure there. Just, you know, 2 men chasing the ball and some nice disciplined defending. And we're going to get a free kick, I believe, for the Flyers here. Franklin County wanted to take it quickly, and let's take a look at this replay here. That is Padilla, and just a little tugging match by each of them, and just that little bit after the the ball left, I think not a whole lot in that, but I think, you know, part of this is, you know, you don't want to let anything go that's going to develop into something that's a little bit worse later on. But
agreed.
At least that's the strategy I'm imagining happening.
After the ball was...
Sandbay might have been offside there. The flag stays down for now. Here's Hall trying to work it onto his right foot. Coming in there is Calderon, and eventually just ran out of room. But here is Gillian with it.
Flyers try to reset. They don't switch fields. They just go back down the left-hand side, and that is going to be a goal kick.
Touch took him into space with his head, but a little bit too much on it. Get a look at Nathan Purcell, the goalkeeper for Great Crossing.
The fella a tee. He is outside the box. So did they call a foul there? He's a good 3 meters outside of the box.
Could have been offside. I didn't really see the flag go up. That would be the, and they may have called a foul on it. Again, we didn't really see, but it's a moot point at this juncture. Although Great Crossing still with possession.
Quick throw.
Great Crossing trying to switch play here, and
Tapple.
That'll go out for a throw for.
Tapple could not settle that to do anything with it. He was in space. He had a man on, but could have been something there.
Sandbay with a little heavy touch and loses possession. Sandbay, excuse me.
Tapple looking for a runner. Finds Hep.
Hep with a nice move over the head kick to try to get himself some space, and it nearly came off for him, and they will get a throw.
Hep is showing big confidence in trying to get the ball around his defenders.
There's Hep with the back heel. That was the Cash Bourget, and I believe that's going to be a corner for Great Crossing.
Yeah, this is, I haven't seen a lot of set pieces yet for either side.
Yep, stepping up to take it here. Nobody over there, so this one's probably going all the way to the face of goal. That puts its right foot into it. It's in a dangerous spot, but coming in to head it away that time is Mark Ruitt.
That was well placed, very well placed. Just didn't come up with a scoring opportunity.
It'll be another corner here, and this time maybe they're going to work up a little training ground maneuver here. The in-swinger comes in. Sullivan had the chase, which left the far side of the goal open, but Great Crossing not able to capitalize this time.
Hepp was all the way across the field out of position there to take the kick, and then they did not give him time to get back into his normal left-hand side, left forward, left halfback.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to maybe pull some Flyer defenders more towards the corner and away from the face of goal, but then the corner actually went all the way across the box. And slipping and falling there, not able to get much on it was the Flyer defender, but Franklin County maintains possession. Spadilla
long ball there.
Finds Trace Hall on the left wing. He tried to lay it off there as running onto it was number 13, Mark Ruitt, but that one just not able to stay in bounds, so Great Crossing will have the throw.
Just a little too much juice on that. Gets a touch there. Now
There's
back to
Sandbay
the
pressing the keeper, but Purcell doing a nice job of sweeping up the danger there.
Almost a dangerous play there.
There's number 22. That is Theo Kazi.
He battled for the ball, no call.
Finds his way to Hepp's feet, or excuse me, that's not Hepp, that's number 3. That is Cash Bourget. Now Hepp gets it, but not able to get it inbounds. That'll be a goal kick. Let's take a look at the replay here, and just some nice spirited play on the far sideline there, and not really see anything in that. And let's take a look here, because this is the part that there might have been something in. Kazi going toe-to-toe with Mark Ruitt.
No, I thought that was good, no call. Great Crossing player kind of ran up his back, but that wasn't intentional. He was just, the ball had stopped, and he was still going.
And Lanny, one thing I like to see that we have seen so far on both sides tonight, nobody really making the most of any, comparatively minor collisions.
No. Nobody's taking a dive.
Yeah, that would have been an easy chance, I think, for either of those players to kind of maybe, not take a dive, but just not try your hardest to stay on your feet. But both guys did just that.
I think Great Crossing has had a little more of the ball, but Franklin County has had a couple of chances to put some balls on goal.
Yeah, I think right now, with 13 minutes and change left in this one, I think 0-0 is pretty fair reflection of what we've seen play out so far in the first half.
Certainly would agree with that.
Here's Hepp.
Logan Hepp with the ball in the middle.
And really for this Great Crossing team, they possess the ball a lot, but haven't put a lot of goals on the scoreboard, so they are kind of playing to type here.
Yep. There's Tapple again. Is he going to throw it in? Is there going to be a sub?
Yeah, I think we've got some stoppage of play here as their coach shows off his Chelsea tracksuit.
Norbert Mapinda comes in for Great Crossing.
Chelsea, of course, beating my favorite Liverpool in the 96th minute. In my day, we didn't have 7 minutes of stoppage time. I don't know what's going on.
There has been a lot of stoppage time. I've heard a couple of different people complain about it.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, they made the move to kind of make stoppage time a little bit more reflective. For years, you had your perfunctory, 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time, and now it is reflecting more what the actual time spent is. I think the officials are making more of a concerted effort to keep that keep it honest to what they're seeing. They're keeping it more accurately. So you are seeing some gaudy stoppage times in all levels of the sport. Flyers attacking here.
Warhawks just trying to get it cleared and not having much success. Flyers with a chance to reset if they'll switch fields here. No, they're going to go back to the keeper.
Yeah, Unikalu playing it back to Sullivan. Sullivan, who was kind of running out of options there.
Hep was there to press.
Yeah, nice job by Great Crossing to press and capitalize on that goal kick. And this one, unable to clear, is Franklin County. Great Crossing nearly getting in there. Here's Kazi going shoulder, excuse me, that was number 22. Yeah, that was Theo Kazi going shoulder to shoulder with Franklin County. That'll be a throw for the Flyers.
That has been the hallmark of Kazi and Hep is aggressive play.
Yeah, and
not afraid to be physical either.
Both players seniors, so both will want to put right that loss in the tournament final last year, but you got to get there first. And so far, you know, both teams looking to score that first goal.
I thought that was supposed to be a throw in Franklin County.
And maybe just seeing to one of the players for Franklin County here. That's where the official is standing, but I think the official is kind of trying. Well, we've got a substitution.
Otis Houghton. Houghton is how you pronounce it. Into the game.
Otis Houghton, the junior for the Warhawks. And that is a foul, and it's going to go the way of the Flyers, as that was Alan Calderon who kind of caught an elbow in the back there, and Franklin County with a free kick in a place. As we take a look at the floor show replay here, coming in to throw a big time shoulder into the back of Calderon was Theo Kazi.
Kazi has to know better than that. That's pretty blatant. It's kind of like the 3-step rule in football or 2-step rule in football. You can't run up on a guy like that and then throw an elbow in his back.
Yeah, shoulder to shoulder tackle works. Shoulder to in between the shoulder blades, not so much.
Ball directly to the keeper, Purcell.
Yeah, Purcell putting so much foot into it there. Cameras couldn't even capture it. Throw in from Unikalu, just trying to get it into the Great Crossing side of the field. This is the definition of a stalemate so far. Both of these teams fleeting chances, but no one really kind of stamping their authority on this game so far.
Not at all. I wouldn't even say there's been a lot of missed chances. You know, Great Crossing had the ball in the danger zone a couple of times, but not really. Other than the Logan Hep shot that hit the crossbar and just skittered away, they haven't had a good chance at it.
And it was one thing I discussed with Clint last night. If you look at this Franklin County schedule and you look at their statistics, they don't give up a lot of shots on goal. Maybe about, I think their average is probably around 8 a game, which isn't a ton. And nearly having to face one there as the ball played across the face of goal. Caleb Sullivan going to ground but not able to stop that. That one had some venom on it, but Franklin County let off the hook. That's a fantastic job to get a little bit of space.
Oh,
that was Hep, and coming in at the near post, and we'll pause that, and just outside the goal as Sullivan goes to ground and gets a little hand to it. I thought he got a hand to it and knocked it out. But
no, he never
we'll have
touched
to see
it.
their replay.
I believe that was
Houghton. Yeah, let's take a
Houghton.
replay. Houghton. I thought
Just
he might have
missed
gotten a graze on that, but it was going out either way, so probably fair call there. I trust your eyes and the official's eyes more than mine, definitely.
Saying Hep was out of bounds there. Hep is on the right side now.
The Flyers make this throw quickly. They've got a chance to catch. Great crossing upfield.
Now, great crossing will have a chance to push up a little bit here.
We've had a couple of substitutions come in. We'll try to get those to you when we have time, but possession switching hands so many times, we've kind of just had to stay with the action.
Franklin County with a chance here.
That was Gillian. Now this is Trace Hall with it.
Trying to make a shape here. Still trying the left-hand side. Could go to the middle.
And I think Trace Hall was offside. Looked like he came back from an offside position to come get the ball, and that appears to be the case.
Yeah, they were trying to press forward there and just couldn't get it done. It was a good little bit of ball control, but not enough.
Yeah, you can see Hall just knew he had come from who was in an outside position, was just trying to get himself back on side when the pass came to him.
Big boot. Hep lets it go.
I'd like to see that again.
They're going to call him for a foul.
And as we get the replay, the official is just going to maybe try to cool this one down. I didn't see
He's going to get a yellow card on
okay.
Hep because Hep kicked the ball away after the play was over. He was upset at the call, and then the ball was at his feet, and he just kicked it away. And
I think the official's just giving him a warning because he is staying on the pitch. If you get a yellow card, you do have to come off for a brief time. So Hep getting away with the warning there, and I think that's probably pretty good officiating, just calming things down a little bit.
I thought he had pulled out the yellow, but he could have just been holding his hand up there. I couldn't see it. In the middle there, trying to get control. Now they have it.
That is Kazi playing it forward, looking for Hep on the right side, and that one's just going to run a little bit too far for him to track down. We're under the 5-minute mark. Let's take a look at the replay here.
This is where the ball kicks the ball away.
Just a little bit of frustration maybe, and I think that's good officiating. You know, you're starting to see the guy who's been making those runs down the channels, really hasn't gotten a goal, and maybe he's getting a little frustrated. And, you know, just take him aside and just kind of lay down the law, but in a way that's non-binding, I suppose, and you're not giving a guy a yellow card, making him go sit and getting him one step closer to being, you know, sent to the bench for the rest of the game.
Yep.
So Levi Murray, number 5, coming in for the Flyers.
Thanks to Goins Insurance and the Floor Show for the replay sponsorship tonight. This has been so much live action that we have scarce time to show replays. It's so much back and forth, really competitive, really fun to watch.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Neither team has really been able to fashion what I would call a good chance at goal in a while. We've had a couple of shots over on the Flyer goal that Caleb Sullivan's had to deal with, but nothing really on the frame of goal in a while.
Clean sheet for both sides either way.
And I'm not sure. I don't think. I'm not sure if Purcell has had a save. I think he's had one save so far.
Coming up shortly, we'll have the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show.
Tolu Sanbe back in the game for the Flyers. And he is now in a 3-way tie for the most goals scored this season after last night's game, with 5 on the season.
Christian Ramirez in for the Warhawks. And they will award the Flyers with a free kick here. I did not see the infraction, but
2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this one. We take a look at the Franklin Goins Insurance Agency replay, and there's the infraction, just a little tug of the shirt.
Wasn't much there. You see that most every play in most levels of soccer. Just a little jersey.
I guess it's like holding in football.
Yeah,
if you don't call it once in a while, they'll get, they'll get worse and worse with it. We've got a handball going this way. It just kind of bounced up an incidental contact with the hand, but that can't be an advantage, or else you have to
call that. Purcell with the big boot. I just noticed I don't think Purcell is wearing any shin guards.
Yeah, we've seen that in Clint Goins, who was on color commentary last night, and I discussed that. You're seeing that more and more often, players opting not to wear shin guards, which is baffling to me.
I never wanted to be without him, but there's a...
Yeah, I like my shins. I don't want them to get cut up.
A young man right there with no shin guards.
Yeah, but a lot of players, I think they like the comfort of just going out there and playing, and maybe they like the way the ball bounces off of their shin au naturel.
Yep. Deep
Here's
kick.
The ball, and that is going to be a shot on goal. That was number 4 for Great Crossing. Giovanni Ramos getting to it, and Caleb Sullivan with the save to make, and he made it. That was a nice header, but it was right at the goalkeeper, unfortunately for Great Crossing and fortunately for the Flyers. And we've got a minute left, still all square here.
That ball was an accidental through ball. Trying to settle.
Warhawks going to work down the right channel. That cross never really left the ground, and I think it was meant to.
Yeah,
Franklin County with a chance to counter here, and that chance goes begging. Great Crossing, 30 seconds left to try to go into halftime with a lead. But as we've seen so many times, just not able to maintain possession and get any concerted effort going towards goal.
Yeah,
Great Crossing trying to get this one in, and I don't think they're going to do it.
I think the Flyers will be happy to just let this go to halftime, 0-0.
But it is, I think it's been, the balance of play has been pretty even, and I think the score that we're going to have at halftime of 0-0 between the Flyers and the Great Crossing Warhawks is a fair reflection of the way it played out. 41st District Soccer Tournament, night 1 for the boys. All square here between the Flyers and the Warhawks. And Lanny, tell them about what they're going to see here in just a little bit.
We're going to take a break, and we'll come up next with the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Classic Goldmaster Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street in Frankfort.
Welcome back to the 41st District Soccer Tournament and the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show. John, it was a first half of almost. We almost had a goal here, and if we took a look at some of the highlights, that was really the only time that Purcell was pushed. Then we had a long shot here.
Yeah, Great Crossing probably had more shots on goal, and not many to speak of. Caleb Sullivan making a few saves, and that was a nice bit of team defending to keep the scoreline square.
This is the closest thing we had to a goal in the half. What a great shot, just missed it.
Yeah, Hep would have been telling his grandkids about that one.
Yep. Gorgeous shot, just didn't get there.
That was a dangerous ball in, and nobody there home for Great Crossing. It had been a little bit attacking.
Just off the mark there, Otis Houghton misses by a foot.
This was late in the first half, the headed chance for Caleb Sullivan there to make the save from the Ramos header, and that is where we find ourselves all tied up as we reset. And that was our halftime show brought to you by Classic Gold Master Jewelers. And we'll be back in just a few minutes with second half action. Stay with us here on Cable 10's Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by The Floor Show. The Floor Show wishes everyone a great sporting season. Be sure to see us for all your flooring needs and personalized customer service. We are just minutes away in Lawrenceburg at 1110 Bypass South, or call us at 502-839-6917. Follow and like us on Facebook too.
Around here, it's all or nothing. That's why your Toyota dealer has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, like the best-selling Toyota Camry or the stylishly advanced new Corolla. Now get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 Corolla or Camry while supplies last, or lease a new 26 Corolla for $209 a month, or a Camry for just $279 a month, with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. You can trust Whitehead Hancock for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service, or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com.
Managing your utilities doesn't have to be stressful. With the MyFPB app, everything you need is right at your fingertips. Get 24/7 access to view and pay bills instantly, track electric and water usage, and even manage multiple properties. Go paperless. Turn on notifications and get real-time outage updates. Take control of your utilities anytime, anywhere. Download the MyFPB app now and make utility management easy. MyFPB, your utilities simplified.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Goins Insurance. Family owned, family operated, protecting Central Kentucky since 1949. Call us for the same great rates and great service you've always been given. Call 502-875-4270 for your quote today.
David Toll's Auto Pro for all your automotive needs.
Don't let your car keep you from making important plans. Take it to David Toll's Auto Pro, 515 Duncan Road and 1348 Versailles Road.
40 minutes played and nothing to decide between these two teams so far. No score at halftime, and we're just about to start the second half here on the boys' side of night one of the 41st District Tournament.
I think this is going to have to come down to one of those, it's going to be 1-0, 2-0, and maybe one of them is kind of fluky. You ever see those kind of goals where you just get down to the final minutes and somebody's trying to apply a lot of pressure. You might get a counterattack, or you might get a ball that skitters away and somebody's able to put it in the back of the net. That's what it feels like is going to come down to here.
You know, if we get to that point, you might even see the rarely seen thing of the opposing goalkeeper coming in to join in the attack.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, and I'd never seen a goal scored in that scenario until about 3 or 4 years ago. Liverpool actually scored a goal that secured their spot in the Champions League with a header from their goalkeeper.
Well, coming up at the conclusion of this, we will have our post-game show, and we will have the Central Kentucky Toyota Dealers Play of the Game and the Esprit Credit Union Player of the Game. And, of course, the post-game recap is brought to you by Esprit Credit Union as well. Thank you for joining us for the Classic Goldmaster Jewelers halftime show or the highlight package that we had there, but no goals in the highlights.
That's true, but a lot of highlights there as both teams really showing a lot of attacking intent, and that's what you like to see. I think, you know, the possession was kind of split fairly evenly. Great crossing with more shots on goal, but that's not to say Franklin County wasn't threatening that Warhawk goal themselves. And they'll definitely want more of that as we get ready to kick off the second half. It looks like, just by my preliminary view, we've got starters kind of going, you know, both ways to start this. The people who started the game starting the second half as well. We still have not figured out who number 40 was for great crossing. I'm going to take another look at the roster that was given to me, and I still do not see that player listed.
Didn't see anything on the stat sheets either, so yeah, sometimes it's just a mystery. Probably somebody wearing a different uniform than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, we're waiting to start the second half. It was like waiting for me to finish a thought. Second half underway now as great crossing now playing left to right as you see it.
As you see there, the ball is moving pretty quickly. Sometimes they have it a little far out in front of them because the ball skips and it's wet.
Franklin County trying to make the turn and switch play, may still be able to do it. Just trying to turn around and face towards the direction of the great crossing goal. Here's Sanbe on the far side.
He's got some tactical speed that some of the crossing players just don't have.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing as a defender to deal with, is somebody that can change speeds with the ball and maintain possession.
He definitely can do that. He just hasn't had a lot of opportunity. The ball has been on the other side of the field. A little rough play there, but referee says play on.
High into the air was Unikalu to head that one away for Franklin County, and now they're going to get a chance to work down the left-hand side. There's Ruitt laying it off for Padilla. Now Calderon with it. So Padilla drops further upfield. And that's one thing I've seen so far is the number 6 and the number 10 have kind of played interchangeably for the Flyers. Here's Hall. Is it off to Gillian? Finds its way back to
now in space.
Padilla, and this shot from distance, always flying over the top of the goal.
I think that was wide right.
You see Padilla and Calderon there.
Is this good in the field goal? It is good.
From distance. It's funny, we did see video last night during the Western Hills Franklin County girls matchup in the play-in game of Ella Martin, who had the second goal for Western Hills, kicking a pretty perfect field goal at the football game, as Purcell, maybe a not so perfect of a goal kick, but they will get away with it.
Lost his footing there.
And all he has are blushes. But Franklin County does have a chance to get a throw in right in the center of the field. Gillian with the heavy touch, but maintaining possession, and that one going to go the way of the Flyers once again.
Got a man wide open right there where you could play it in, possess, kick it back to the throw in.
And let's take a look at this again. We saw this last night. I mean, that's pretty fantastic form if you ask me.
20-yard field goal. It's harder than it looks. County with a little opportunity here, possessing the ball on the great crossing side of the field.
Yeah, it bounced to a friendly Sherp. Padilla's touch a little heavy, but here's Gillian. Takes a shot from distance, just wants to get anything going towards the goal, but I guess it was deflected because they're lining up in front of the goal, and that'll be a corner.
I believe this is, if not the first, one of the first set pieces for the Flyers in this entire match.
And that's the value of taking a shot from distance. You might get lucky and get a deflection for a corner, and that ball may almost creep in, and that is what it just did. I didn't see who got their head to it, but Franklin County maybe against the run of play a little bit, nearly notching the first strike on the scoreboard.
Banana ball into the zone there.
And sometimes for a defender, those can be the biggest nightmare to deal with.
Really well done off the left foot. Curving in the right way. See who's going to possess the ball here.
Both teams still.
County, nice stop of the ball, nice turn.
Yeah, both of these teams still sticking with their strategy of playing out from the back. And sometimes that can open you up to a little bit of danger.
We're going to be a call there, yep.
Yep, might get a card for that, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Is that was Cash Bourget, who was kind of free running towards goal, and anytime you give a player a little nudge or trip them up, and I think this is what we call in the book is a good old professional foul.
Yeah, no ill intention, just wanted to stop him. Had a little piece of the ball, but it wasn't enough.
And that was a senior that made that foul, and I guarantee you that was exactly what the intent was. I'm just going to take one for the team here and keep you from threatening our goal.
Levi Murray comes in.
Yeah, with the yellow card, he'll have to take a seat. Will number 11, Grayson Scott. There's Hepp with it. Chance to put the ball into the mouth of the goal. Two-man wall here, out far away from the goal.
Everyone outside of the box. So they're all going to crash the goal, I assume, here. Here we go.
Yeah, for Franklin County, with a 0-0 scoreline, the benefit to doing that is you're keeping the offside line as high as possible.
Hepp was trying to get a little steam on that, and he ended up coming off the side of his foot. We're going to get a look at Sullivan here.
It's going to be Padilla coming back to take the free kick, with the goal kick, excuse me.
Fortunate bounce for a great crossing. If they can settle, it might have a chance here. Here comes a cross.
Cross coming in from the corner, and it bounces and nearly sneaks in the goal. Caleb Sullivan heads up play, alert to the danger, and gets to ground quickly and keeps the scoreline at 0s.
Sullivan is having a heck of a game. He may be in the running for player of the game.
Yeah, that's a good shout right there.
He's done quite a bit of work to keep a clean sheet, and he has through 55 minutes so far. I'm sorry, 45 minutes.
Flyers trying to build something here. Just running out of room, and too many players committed back behind the ball.
So they have an opportunity here to throw it in and just possess it for a second, but they're going to throw it forward, I almost guarantee it.
I think we're getting Grayson Scott back into the game now as Levi Murray takes a seat. So one thing to watch out for, Grayson Scott does have a yellow card. So he's going to have to be a little careful from here on out.
Franklin County pushing, looking for a cross, and that's going to go out off the feet of Tapple.
Yeah, I think for that, Trace Hall maybe just thinking you can get it across, and if it takes a friendly bounce, we might get a corner out of it.
I'm not sure why the Flyers aren't pushing up. They have 3 forwards and then almost no one else there. They go for the long throw. Now a little possession. Looped in and saved by Purcell.
It's a pretty easy save for Purcell to make, but I like the strategy. Just, you know, force the keeper to make a save, see if he, you know, especially if it's like Purcell, he hasn't had a lot of saves to make tonight, so just keep him awake, and if he spills it, you might be in business.
Warhawks trying to press, and the Flyers are actually controlling the ball a little bit here.
Getting in there was number 40, who's a number we don't have. Here's the shot, and that one had a lot of pace on it, but it was kind of right at Caleb Sullivan.
Cash Bourgeot there on that one. Just able to settle with the left foot and
just
right
didn't,
at the keeper.
Yeah, just didn't get enough bend on it. You could tell what his intention was. Here's Sandbay. Takes a fortuitous bounce, lays it off, nearly finding the foot of a Flyer who would have had a nice look at goal. As it is, Franklin County is going to have a throw-in right in front of their own bench. So we're getting close to 9 minutes gone in this second half, and it's kind of repeating the storyline of the first one, as both of these teams showing attacking intent, neither one really able to nose ahead.
Was that out of, I think that was out of bounds. So throw in Franklin County.
I believe we're going to get some substitutions in here as the play stops. I stand corrected. There's Padilla trying to play it on the right side. I believe that's Sanbei. Just try to play a corner and maybe just see if Purcell's still awake, and fortunately for the Warhawks, he was.
Got it all the way to the goal there. I don't know that he intended that, but that was he had more pace on it than he thought maybe. Pushing forward, Hepp here.
Yeah, that's a nice controlled run by Hepp. He's kept himself onside, lays it off, and nice last-ditch touch to get it out of the danger area for Franklin County. I believe that was number 11, Grayson Scott.
That was a great ball by Hepp. He put it right on the toes of his teammate, and he just could not get it settled and get ready for the shot.
It really was, and it was that last-ditch defending, I think, was the only thing that kept Great Crossing away from being on the scoreboard.
Crossing gets the throw in here. Lollipop ball turned off the chest.
Here comes Great Crossing. Down the left-hand side this time. Hepp trying to split 2 defenders, but has it taken away from him. Franklin County with the chance to counter here. Playing it up the field to Hall, who gets a little touch in the back. Nothing too dirty about that.
Probably
by
foul.
Zachary Link.
Probably a foul. Not called. Nice crossover. Still moving the ball. Trying to put something together here.
Yeah, I think that's one point where Great Crossing is kind of frustrating Franklin County a little bit. They've been just pressing up on them in the midfield. As soon as those midfielders get it, they're just not able to make that turn to face the Great Crossing goal instead of having their back to it, and that's kind of why Franklin County's had to maybe resort to playing more out towards the wings than we saw them do last night.
Yep, unable to control that one. Now in the midfield. Just a long boot, and that is going to be throw in Franklin County deep in their own territory, though.
And I think they're going to make him.
Yeah, they're going to back him up.
Give him about 10 more yards to have to take this throw in. There's Hall.
Not enough aggression there on the Great Crossing side.
Not able to control it. Great Crossing does manage to get the ball back.
Odd bounce.
Falls
There we
into
are.
the feet of number 3, Cash Bourget, who just skies it over. Might not have been his preferred foot to take that shot on, but does get a corner from it.
He never got squared, but I think he may have hit it off another player there. This is Hepp. He's going to go with the right foot, which means it swings it away from the goal.
This will go into the face of goal. Nobody there with him. It's a flat corner. Nice idea. It did kind of catch Franklin County a little bit flat-footed, but the Flyers able to clear. Not completely yet, as Hepp is working, and that's some nice defending by the Flyer. No, they call it a goal kick, or a corner rather. I thought it was a goal kick. Let's take a look at the replay here.
I thought it was a corner the whole way.
Okay, I saw the touch that he had. I did not see that the first time around, but definitely a touch by number 7 for the Flyers, Jackson Vallardes.
Here's Hepp on the corner. Another flat one.
Another flat
all
corner.
The way
finds
through.
Its way. I think that's what he was trying to do last time, and this time nearly getting the reward. That was Norbert and Peta.
Caleb Sullivan on the spot again. Look at this.
Yeah, and that is just a nightmare for a goalkeeper because you never really know where it's going to be coming at you from. So you've just got to keep your eye on the ball as much as you can.
Sullivan was fortunate there. Went off of one of his teammates and shot over the goal. I thought he had a hand on the ball, but it just shot over.
So Hepp able to take the right-footed corner and hook it in this time instead of swinging it in.
Gonna have a sub here.
That is number 10 coming in for Great Crossing.
That's Otis Houghton.
Curling in. Warhawk gets their head to it, and that'll be a goal kick for the Flyers.
Not the ideal placement there. When you trying to head the ball, you're trying to hit it either on a line drive toward the goal or down, and that was skied and over the goal.
Yeah, Hepp, the last 2 corners he'd taken on the opposite corner had been flat, and they'd really given the Flyers some fits and just not doing the same thing over on the other side. I guess, you know, he felt like he had a better chance of getting the ball into the air from that side.
May be the case where he just does that flat ball because he's taking it with his right foot from the right-hand side.
There you see the senior Grayson Scott, who's on a yellow card, taking the goal kick.
Kept in by Crossing. I feel like the pressure is mounting. They keep pressing this Franklin County Flyer defense.
Yeah, Great Crossing kind of starting to go through the gears here.
Yep, center's one, not really to anybody. That was a giveaway, just a
Flyers just
pass.
not really able to get any kind of considerable possession right now, as Great Crossing pressing high, and finally the Flyers able to sort of get out of trouble a little bit.
Now they're going to be able to at least get on the offensive side
Ballo
of the ball.
looking for Hall. Had a chance, and the first touch just took him away from goal a little bit too much, a little bit too heavy, and Purcell was able to sweep up the danger.
I liked Purcell's persistence there. He was unafraid and out there being aggressive.
Yeah, that's what you want from your keeper. You want them to be aggressive, and you want them to sort of just, you know, take responsibility for that. Assertiveness, that's what you're looking for. And that's the word I was looking for.
Ball is kicked into the stands. Mason Tapple with a throw in. Now he finds someone in space.
Yeah, great crossing on the attack here.
Taking away,
Unikalu doing a nice job in a collision, and that'll go the way of the Flyers. And
hey, they wanted a card there, but
yeah, and they're going to get one. Let's see what we had here is Unikalu using his strength to keep that, and then
they're going to get Bourget for the card there.
Yeah, coming into the back of a player and knocking them down, that's usually going to get you a yellow card if you take a player's legs out from under them like that. At first, I thought it was kind of just a shoulder-to-shoulder tackle, and, foul, but nothing really more than that. But upon seeing the replay, and we're going to see the floor show replay here, and I had to agree with that a little bit. And now we have a player on each side with a card.
Yeah, I thought that was a good call. It was just a overly aggressive play coming from the back.
So Cash Bourget, the senior, with the yellow card.
I did not see who came in for him, but he will go sit for a few minutes. Franklin County trying to get their push up, get their guys down the field, down the pitch, so to speak. Good kick.
Ball soars into the air, and a little push in the back, I think, and it's gonna be a free kick for Franklin County. And I think for them now, they've been on the back foot for about a 5 to 10 minute spell. This is a good idea. Just get some bodies forward and, not only rest your legs a little bit, but also, just get as many white shirts as you can in front of goal. Put one somewhere close to the face of goal and see what happens. This will be Grayson Scott taking it.
Right in the middle, and Purcell being aggressive again.
Yeah, that's a great bit of goalkeeping by Purcell. And nice controlled punch out. But the Warhawks not able to maintain possession. Here comes Franklin County.
Looked like they were going to be able to counterattack a little bit, but just kind of fell apart.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of maybe miscommunication there between, I think that was Rapallo on the far side who was playing that forward, and he wanted to play it into space, and the other player wanted it to feet. Here's a chance for great crossing, and again, I believe that was Grayson Scott with some nice defending there in the middle of the field.
Purcell has not had to handle as many chances on goal, but I think he's played a really good game.
Yeah, Nathan Purcell, the goalkeeper for Great Crossing, had a really nice game there in goal. He did make a wonderful save in the first half.
It's just a lot of heads-up play, talking to his guys, and
that's really what you want to see too, especially from a senior. You want your goalkeeper to be one of the guys because he's the one that can see the entire field in front of him.
Here's a chance.
Yeah, Caleb Sullivan with a nice save of his own there off of the shot. I believe that was number 18, Mason Tapple, who had the ball, just kind of fall at his feet.
It's either Tapple or Houghton. I couldn't tell either one. But another good chance.
Here's Sanbe giving chase, and got to give him some credit. He's really been trying his best to get involved over there on the right flank.
Ball kept in play. Trying to turn it. Does. Gets it down the right-hand side. Crossing with a little something here.
And I think maybe a half-hearted attempt at maybe a scorpion kick or a bicycle kick there, and just neither one really came off for Great Crossing. The Flyers with a chance to counter here. You can see the strategy. They're just trying to play it into space. And it's going to be interesting, I think, as we get where we are right now into the later stages of this half. Both of these teams have had to do a lot of those little just, short sprints. And we're going to see, especially...
Here's, we take a look at this chance on the floor show replay.
Yeah, that
was it was right there. It was Houghton.
Yeah, it was Houghton. Just a snapshot, just happened to find it at his feet, nearly snuck it in, but nice job of Caleb Sullivan of being aware of the danger. But I think the further we get into this half, the more you're going to see legs get a little bit weary of making the runs that they've had to on both sides, but specifically something to watch out for the Flyers, since this is their second game in as many nights.
I think they called that an illegal throw.
We had a foul throw last night as a player threw it and her arms went and the ball did not.
Either that or the Great Crossing tried to take the throw and it wasn't their throw. I can't tell which one it was.
That's a little bit more marginal call, and Ruitt's going to get some backup to get some momentum on this. Still a chance here. Flyers
could have been called dangerous play there.
Trying to reset, but that'll go out for Great Crossing, and it'll be a throw in for Franklin County. As that is Rapallo, excuse me.
Crossing trying to keep that one in. They do so.
Rapallo with the cut back. Some fancy footwork, but Great Crossing dogged defending, and they're going to get a free kick for the trouble, I believe.
Hep is doing the pesty kind of stuff down there, like really getting under their skin, I think.
It's called being a senior.
That's right.
Thought Sanbe might have just grazed that with his hand accidentally there, but play on, says the official.
Booms one down. 2/3 of the way down the field, but
another possible handball. This time by Great Crossing. The Warhawks I thought they were going to get their foot on it. This is really kind of what the first
whole game is gone,
this is what the first half kind of devolved into when the legs started to get a little tired, and we're kind of seeing the same situation play out in front of us.
Now with little time to set something up, and dispossessed, and that was a really good chance for Crossing here to kind of settle down. Franklin County was a little slow to get back.
Both these teams like to play that kind of delicate 1-2 passing, just real fluidity, and that gets a little bit harder to do as we see a nice nutmeg from Rapallo, who's eventually just illegally nudged off the ball. So Franklin County will get a free kick at the 50. Sorry, the 52, as the official points out.
No such thing.
We can say 52 in soccer. I knew where you were going before I even said it.
You knew what you did, John. You knew what you did. Oh, turned around. Franklin County back the other way. Nice steal. Just took it right off his feet.
Great Crossing with a chance here down the left flank.
Hep ran that one down and then gave it up.
I have to give it up for this Franklin County back line. It's been very much a bend but don't break, and Sullivan's had a few saves to make, and he's done that ably, but you also have to give credit to the other members there who have made a lot of last-ditch saves themselves and have also done a lot of 1v1 defending where they've come out on top.
Yeah, there's been sometimes the tactics have broken down, but it's been a lot of really fun, spirited play too. So goal kick here. All the way to midfield. Crossing able to possess it.
Yeah, Great Crossing getting the luck of the bounce here, and that'll be a corner for the Warhawks, I believe. Yes, that will be a corner. So Great Crossing with a chance to put the ball into a dangerous area here. Is a little quick dry job there for the ball.
Yeah, the ball obviously with some moisture on it. Hep standing there as if they're going to do the short kick out to him.
Just think they're aware of where the camera is.
Short kick. Trying to
work it to the left foot.
Trying to get any sort of shot off there. Unable to.
Sanbe trying to get control. And That'll be a throw for Franklin County. I thought that might have gone off of Sandbay last, but
gives the Flyers a chance to push up, maybe catch a breath. They throw it down into a 2-on-8 proposition when they had 4 guys standing at midfield that they could have thrown it to and possessed the ball a little bit.
I think maybe the strategy there is we're trying to, it might just be a strategic call by the coach, Mike Hayes, maybe thinking, my players have already got an entire game underneath of them. Maybe I try to keep some guys behind the ball.
Or they're just trying to get it to penalty kicks and hope that they can win it in there.
Yeah, that's and then those two kind of dovetail a little bit.
Because of the way this game is going, it's no one can get good possession. Like, there's been a few more chances for Great Crossing, but
yeah, and for Franklin County, that you really have to give it up to them. They've really kind of frustrated Great Crossing once they get the ball into the final third.
They have. Here's a chance here. Ball just outside of the
nice
box.
Footwork by Calderon, and that'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, just trying to do a couple of things and then lost possession, and there goes the chance.
Yeah, the Flyers have really kind of been riding their luck defensively and just holding on, and we'll see if that can continue for another 13 minutes and change here.
Comes a counterattack, trying to get it centered.
I believe that was Houghton on the far side. Here's a right-footed shot,
Oh.
nearly sneaking in the top right.
It's hard to tell how close that was,
Yeah,
on the first take, but pretty good foot there.
Thankfully, we have the Franklin Goins Insurance replay, and I think the hook of that just
not really.
He needed to hook left, and it hooked right.
Not really that close. As close as it looked. Franklin County in some space here.
The through ball for Sandbay, just a little bit too much on it, and Purcell able to sweep that up, nearly playing Sandbay into a 1v1 with the keeper, and that would have been a huge opportunity for the Flyers.
It would have been their best opportunity of the night, probably.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they've been trying to accomplish a lot of times tonight, and just have not really been able to get that final ball to sit down. And that's what you saw happen right there.
A little mistake there by Purcell.
Both teams, I think, are kind of finding themselves less inclined to commit a lot of bodies forward in open play. Saw Great Crossing with the throw there, only a couple of guys in front of the ball.
Oh, onside. Got a race for it down in the corner.
Yeah, this is Ethan Barron, number 24 for Great Crossing.
He
just loses control.
Yep. The mind is working faster than the feet can move.
I can't relate to that at all. This is a sight we've seen a few times tonight. Grayson Scott taking a goal kick.
You hear Nick Maxwell of the Great Crossing team giving instructions. He's saying we're not trying to double that.
There's Great Crossing. I think they're going to pull it back a little. We've got some substitutions coming in. I think we're going to get Hep back into the game. We're going to get a few Warhawks back into the game, as Nick Jackson was able to kind of buy a few minutes of rest for some of his starters. And now, as we're getting into the stretch run of this game, we'll see if that pays off.
Right into the box. Collision in the box.
Unikalu with another nice clearance. Official had his whistle in his mouth, and I think he's going to blow that play dead just so they can bring someone out to.
They're bringing on the official called on the trainer.
Yeah, I think Unikalu might be a little bit lucky there, as you saw his elbow go up. He had eyes on the ball, and the player was coming in from behind him, so definitely no intent there. And as you saw in the floor show replay there, taking the worst end of that was the junior Jacob Stewart, who thankfully is up. They're going to make him step off of the field for a little bit, and Great Crossing will be down to 9 men until the official sees fit to allow him to rejoin.
10. Down to 10. Or is it 10? Or is it 9?
Nine outfield players.
Thank you.
I should have been more specific.
I'm just messing with you, John. We haven't seen anything.
You and Mr. Croy, you got me all shook up now.
Ooh, gosh, right.
Let's see what happens as the replay. I was going to see what happened as they hit the ground. That might have been part of it too, but definitely the brunt of the impact happened in the air. As we take a look at this, I want to see what happens as they hit the ground. Gets the forearm to the face, and then I want to see what happens here as the head get another forearm into the head as Unikalu's trying to get up. That was the one I wanted to see. So really just a rough passage of play for Jacob Stewart, but he is back up, thankfully.
And he's given up a few inches in height and a few pounds to to the other guy. Ball dropped back into play. Franklin County comes out with it.
Yeah, I didn't see if Stewart has come back on or not. I think he's still on the sideline. So man advantage right now for Franklin County, and I'm certainly not going to venture a guess of how many men that is, but Franklin County with the goal kick here, and I think this is probably the point where if Stewart's fit to play, they'll allow him to come back on. Didn't see whether that was the case or not.
Sullivan decides to play it short. Franklin County will have to take it the length of the pitch.
I think that's the rule in all levels of soccer, that if the medics have to come out for you, you do have to leave the pitch for a while. I don't know how that works, I'll be honest with you, in high school, because unlike at some of the higher levels of the sport in high school, you can sub in and out kind of
right
in your own free will. And of course in professional soccer, most of the time if you sub out, you're out of the game.
Yeah, completely different set of rules.
Which now it's 5 subs in regulation. It used to just be 3 for years and years and years, up until that was kind of a COVID era rule change that I think was one of those things that just made good sense. Here's Calderon, and I didn't see much there. There might have been a tug of the shirt that we didn't see there.
Yeah, just the push in the back, I think, is just an overly aggressive play.
It didn't seem to impede Calderon that much. Yeah, I see what you're seeing now. It's a little hook there.
Yep. We're under 10 minutes. We're actually under 9 minutes.
As we tick down to the end of regulation.
This could definitely end in a 0-0 or a 1-0. I don't see more than a couple of goals happening here.
Oh, missed kick and sets up Great Crossing potentially, but not able to take advantage.
Is there a shot?
And that one is going to the far side. Making the run on the far side was number 11, Kyler Perry, just not able to get there.
That ball snuck all the way through.
Yeah, that was dangerous. And Perry, I think, saw that happening, and you had a couple players making the run, and if he'd been a step before that, he might have had something on goal.
Hep was trying to get there and just pulled up short, couldn't get there.
It's been a night of near misses, really, for both sides.
Kazi settled that ball down, but couldn't get back to it, and that is going to be throw in Great Crossing. Yeah.
You have to give it up for the effort of both teams, but specifically for Franklin County playing their second game in as many nights.
Yep.
And really no drop in the effort. They've had to do a lot of defending here in this second half, and they thus far have been up to the task every single time.
I think the goal for them at this point is to get this to penalty kicks. Obviously, if they could get a chance, they would take it, but
Yeah, I think you're going to see a little bit of gamesmanship going here with the clock as the headed chance goes over the bar. And I think
that was closer than it looked.
Now let's take a look at the floor show replay here. Another long throw, as we mentioned earlier, and the header coming in by Bourget, forcing the save from Sullivan.
Sullivan never touched it really, but he got, oh, maybe he did. They're calling that a corner kick. Okay.
I thought he got a glancing blow on it, which was kind of what took it away from goal. Let's take a look at it here again from our camera on the side.
Fingers on it?
No, he did not. It may have. They may have said it hit the head of a flyer coming in as that ball hits the back of the net, but a foul somewhere in the buildup.
Yeah, there was a whistle before that ball left the foot. Oh. Okay.
Oh, and we have a slide tackle there, and we're going to get a stoppage play, and this one might have the referee going to his pocket. It'll definitely be a yellow, as going to ground is number, I believe that was number 27. That would be Rapallo, excuse me. As he took the brunt of that hit, and
on the right side of your screen you can see
coming in, just completely taking the feet out from under Rapallo is number 11. That is Kyler Perry, the junior. I did not see what the call was, but Rapallo, excuse me, is in a considerable amount of pain.
The right knee hyperextended there, if I'm looking at it correctly.
He's rubbing it. I think he really doesn't want to come out of the game. And the official wrote something in his book. We've got number 11, and as thankfully Rapallo back to his feet.
I don't know if he's going to be able to play after that, but he's walking it off like he's going to try to.
Yeah, definitely will be sore, and will be sore tomorrow. And for me, it would be sore for the remainder of 2025.
Yeah, obviously with some difficulty walking. And
with the stoppage of play, they are able to get Levi Murray, the junior, in as a replacement. Looking for number 11 there. I didn't see what the call was or what the card was that was shown, but he's not on the field. Of course, that doesn't really tell you whether it was yellow or red. I haven't heard an announcement yet.
If it's a red card, then Great Crossing is down a player.
But they are down to 10, count them, 10 men for the time being.
There's a handball.
I take that back. They are allowed to substitute on a yellow card.
Okay,
that will have a free kick.
They gave them a, I didn't see what that call was, but was it a handball?
I believe so.
Okay.
I was counting blue jerseys at the time. So, studying this one, putting his thumb up in there. You're right, Lanny. Time is ticking away here in regulation. And I see somebody over ready to check in. That will be Murray, so it was a yellow card.
All right.
I wasn't able to count to 9 outfield players or 10. I want to specify.
Ball kept in. No, was it not kept in? No, that is it going to be a goal kick. It's been spirited. I don't think it's been dirty, but
yeah, I think it's just two teams that are maybe a little bit stymied and frustrated by each other right now on the attack side, and you see that maybe reflected in some of these tackles and some of the play that we're seeing. But I don't think any of it has really cross that threshold, like you said, into what you would call malicious.
Out with the throw in there, and that is going to be throw in Franklin County.
Yeah, and I think we're starting to see some tired legs on both sides.
Yeah, this is going to.
Here's the throw to Sambe, just not able to get it turned around. Now great crossing, playing from the left side. Here's Kazi, plays it over to number 25, that's Cannon Willis. And there's another collision in the middle of the field. I think both players kind of saw that coming and maybe pulled up a little bit. Sanbe giving chase to this one, but Nathan Purcell plays it high into the air.
Oh, gosh.
It's going to take a slow bounce. And Sullivan has
Keeper's
a collision
out
with his own player and giving some nice sportsmanship there, but that was really dangerous
Keeper
for
was
Franklin
all the
County.
way out.
And very lucky that touch by Bourget took the ball out of play, and the only thing that they're going to have, well, they're going to give it a goal kick. I thought for sure that a player would have gotten a touch to that from Franklin County. So really, Franklin County let off the hook there.
Yep. Scrum in the middle here. Franklin
This
County
is
comes
Ruitt.
out.
He's got space to work in. This is the first time Franklin County's had this in a while and loses possession, but Flyers still threatening. That one is just going to sail out, though. It'll be a throw for great crossing. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in regulation as we are staring the reality of overtime and possibly penalty kicks in the face here. I think both of these coaches can be pretty proud of the way their players have fought tonight, because this has just been one of those grinded out tooth and nail things. Neither team really able to get into any kind of offensive rhythm, but they've both kind of done a good job of frustrating each other.
Yeah, they really have. They've played hard. A lot of good defensive play. If you enjoy defensive soccer, you've seen it all tonight. Here's Hebb trying to put something together here in the last minute.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing is two teams with similar style almost kind of canceling each other out a little bit. And here's a
Touch
shot
in the
front of
middle.
goal.
Oh.
Just nudged aside. That is another great chance gone astray for great crossing, as Franklin County is going to have a throw. We're under a minute. And Franklin County will have to take the throw from a different spot. Let's take a quick look at the floor show replay here. That one, it looked like they were looking for Murray over there on the far side and nearly making the run that would have put a late end to this one. 34 seconds left for either of these teams to fashion a chance before we get to overtime. Great crossing. I thought they were going to have the last look at it, but it's going to be a free kick for Franklin County. And at this point, you've got time to get numbers forward, and we're going to have a stoppage of play here. And a card. I didn't see who that was on.
I think they're going to give a card to Great Crossing for essentially delay of game.
Yeah, let's take a look at this, and I think you may be right, Lanny. There's a little nudge with the forearm there.
And see how 40 just kind of kicks it on away. I think that, I'm not sure if that was
there might have been some, there might have been something said there.
I don't know. That didn't make a lot of sense,
but I don't know that kick. Okay, let's take a look at this again. Yep, there it is, number 6.
Okay.
Brock Young picking up the yellow card. Chance for Franklin County to have one last chance to win this in regulation. High bounce, could go anywhere now, and chance to score here, and that was Gillian. A golden opportunity, could not get there. Great crossing, holding up on the defensive end when it mattered the most. And folks, we've got extra soccer for you tonight. These two teams ending regulation scoreless. As we see here, the last kick of the game on the floor show replay in regulation. And that one bounced up onto the arm of Calderon. He had his hands at his side.
Yeah.
And great crossing that would have been, if that had gone to the back of the net, there would have been some serious inquest going on. But as it stands, we're going to overtime. So stay with us here, and we will see how this develops, as these two teams, nothing to decide between them in the 80 minutes that we played. So we'll have 2 5-minute spells of overtime, and then if we still stand at 5 minutes, and this is golden goal, I believe, we will have penalty kicks, and we'll see how that all develops. Stay with us. You don't want to miss how this plays out here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
David Toll's Auto Pro customers can't go anywhere without him. No matter where life takes you, the David Toll's Auto Pro nationwide warranty is by your side.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do,
And families are why we do it.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealers have all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way. Now, during Toyota Truck Month, they've got more all-wheel drive choices, like the legendary 4Runner, the world-renowned Land Cruiser, the powerful Tundra, or this best-selling 25 Tacoma, which you can get with 2.99 APR financing, or lease a well-equipped 25 Tacoma for $269 a month. Get your Tacoma now during Toyota Truck Month. Toyota, let's go places.
My best money tip is,
Allow your money and other people's money to make money for you.
Think generationally, past yourself. Save, save, save.
even if it's just $5.
Spend money on things that make sense to buy twice.
Pay back your student loans as fast as you can.
Take good care of your credit because it's buying power.
Start a retirement fund and invest in my 401k.
My best money tip is prepare for everything to go right.
Confidently manage your finances with more solid advice from WestBanco. Money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does.
Today, we customize everything. So why not customize your video choices with NextBand Stream, the new video streaming app from FPB. Just install NextBand Stream on your smart TV, mobile, and streaming devices. Then watch with features like Restart and Replay TV, plus Cloud DVR to record cable and local channels. Powered by fast, reliable FPB internet and Wi-Fi. Customize your video. Call or visit FPB online to sign up.
Welcome back to Benny Watkins Field and the first night of the 41st District Tournament. These two teams with a spirited matchup, the Flyers and the Warhawks, and plenty of shots, plenty of action, but none of them resulting in a goal. So here we stand looking at overtime.
Look at this save right here. Best chance of the night, and just taken right off his feet.
Just a great job of team defending there by the Flyers, and we saw a lot of that in the later stages of this game. That's probably the closest chance that Great Crossing has had so far. That one just tantalizingly close to the goal.
Just a missed opportunity there. I think that we're going to hear a lot of missed opportunity if we were to talk to the coaches after the game. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, and one thing you have to say about Franklin County is that they really had weathered a lot of storms in this game, where Great Crossing had several shots on goal.
Really
Flyers stepping up to the challenge every single time.
That was a solid shot there. Hep with that low to the ground, and off the defender.
Yeah, Caleb Sullivan had a lot going towards his goal, and
that was
up
such
to
a
the
nice
challenge
shot.
every single time. And, you know, going the other way, you can say the same thing about Great Crossing. You know, had the lion's share of the possession, weren't really able to make that much out of it, but when that defense had to be called on right at the end of the game, they were up to the challenge. As Great Crossing has retaken the field, Mike Hayes wants a couple more minutes with his Flyers, as he gives them some final instruction.
So we'll have 5 minutes, then another 5 minutes, then penalty kicks.
An interesting thing here too, if you're keeping track of the players that have yellow cards, we have 2 yellow cards for players on the Great Crossing side and 1 for Franklin County, and those are players that I'm sure, should this eventuality happen, they're going to want their respective coaches in those penalty shootouts. It'll be Great Crossing with possession to start us out. I believe they were lined up, but
referee plants it at the 50 and must have a winner.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's best you don't watch their every move, I suppose.
All right, here come the Flyers. Great Crossing will kick it off.
Playing towards the same goal that they played the second half towards.
See if they boot it down the field or if they try to play a little possession game here.
That is number 24, Ethan Barron, the junior. We'll have 2 5-minute periods, and then should we not have a winning goal in that time, we will go to penalty kicks. And after a somewhat absurd amount of time, there we start again. I'm sure there was a reason. I've never officiated a game in my life, so I won't be one to judge. But just from my, from my own personal little peanut gallery, that seemed kind of weird.
Crossing immediately on the attack here with the ball.
Here's Ruitt up against 2 Warhawks. Great Crossing playing a ball into the face of goal. Caleb Sullivan going to his knees to wrap that one up.
Sullivan has worked really hard tonight.
Here's Sanbe. Played it back to, I believe that was Gillian, and now Great Crossing with a chance to break, and pass might be just a little bit too heavy.
You have to wonder.
A nice run to keep it in there for the Warhawks, and now with the chance from the left side.
Too
who
close
that was.
together there. Squirts
Shot
out,
from
shot.
Perhep, and that will win the game for Great Crossing, and the shirt comes off, and the goal counts, and just about a minute and a half, not even that, into this. Logan Hepp with the golden goal, and that will bring us to a final of Great Crossing 1, Franklin County nothing. Heartbreak for the Flyers very early on in the first, and we're
in the first overtime.
Well, I thought there was some question on whether the goal was going to stand or not, and I think they just announced that it did. That was why I was kind of waiting for a second. And as you see, really just you feel for the Flyers because they put a game effort in tonight, and on not even a night's rest, gave Great Crossing all they wanted, but the top seed will advance.
Yeah, Franklin County was not expected to win this, and so you have to imagine that the Warhawks were frustrated that they had not been able to get up on this team, and or even get a really good shot on goal. They hadn't had a good shot on goal since Logan Hepp early in the match.
But we'll see the replay here, and Lanny, if ever a goal was worthy of winning a match like this, it's going to be this strike with the right foot from Logan Hepp. Just perfect placement, got enough power into it. All those saves that Caleb Sullivan was able to make, that one unfortunately got by him, and you can see the devastation on his face, and you can see the jubilation on the face of Logan Hepp as Great Crossing will advance.
We'll be back with the play of the game brought to you by Central Kentucky Toyota dealerships and the player of the game. And the post-game recap brought to you by Esprit Credit Union right after this.
There's a reason why Toyota is America's best-selling retail brand. It's the quality, dependability, and reliability that you expect from Toyota. And that starts right here in the USA, where Toyota has invested over $49 billion into 11 different manufacturing plants, including the newest one, a battery plant for its electrified vehicles. There are now 13 different Toyotas built in the USA, with more on the way. America drives Toyota. Let's go places.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
High five to all our local teams from Esprit Credit Union. Esprit celebrates and encourages you and your successes athletically, personally, and financially. Let us reward you. Open a High Five Experience account and earn money with your checking. Visit us at esprit.org for details. Membership required, federally insured by NCUA.
The Game of the Week was brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. Esprit Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Show your local spirit with a spirited debit card featuring your school colors and mascot. Open an Esprit Spirited account today and let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back, everyone. Great Crossing with an incredible finish, 1-0 over Franklin County. Here is the Central Kentucky Toyota dealership's play of the game.
Didn't take us long to pick this one, Lanny.
No, and this is one of those, the ball squirts out. Logan Hepp is Johnny on the spot, booms it off the right foot, and the Franklin County season comes to an end, and the Warhawks advance to the finals of the 41st District Tournament.
That's a harder shot than it looked, played it across his body.
Yeah, it was really, really well struck. There's Coach Nick Maxwell and his team in the post-game banter and talking to his team there. And that is the Toyota dealership's play of the game. And now it's time for the Esprit Credit Union player of the game, and that is Logan Hepp.
Well, let's see this again from a different angle this time. As you mentioned, Lanny, just, the ball bouncing around, nobody able to get a solid foot to it until it found the right foot of Logan Hepp, and he knew exactly what to do with it, and that is your player of the game.
Congrats, Logan Hepp, taking the shirt off and coming right to the cameras.
I love that the players have become self-aware.
Now it's time for the post-game recap brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. Now it's time for the post-game recap brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. On the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Yeah, we had quite a game tonight.
Man.
Low scoring, but a lot of action by both teams. So many chances. Franklin County defending so capably, getting the game to overtime, and unfortunately falling to the decisive blow by Logan Hepp. You see there with another kick that would have been the highlight of the season had it gone in.
Nathan Purcell and Caleb Sullivan put on a show tonight. I will say that for them. They both had great games. Lots of chances, but the goalkeepers are up to the task. There's Otis Houghton with a miss just left. There's another chance with the ball comes onto the field and deflected. Caleb Sullivan picks that up. Another chance. That is a tougher play than it looks like.
There's Hepp with the flat corner, and that really was the closest opportunity that Great Crossing had in the second half up to that point. But then Great Crossing really attacking well.
Oh, Houghton has to be sick over that. Sullivan on the spot. Just a dream match for a couple of goalkeepers going at it.
And at this point, you saw Franklin County really trying to just play prevent. We got to overtime, and that was when the golden goal by Logan Hepp finally separated these two teams, and Great Crossing will move on to play Thursday night. They'll play the winner of the Western Hills and Frankfort High game, which we'll have for you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock right here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week, Lanny.
And that was the Esprit Credit Union post-game recap. And we will see you back here tomorrow night, 6 o'clock for the girls' final game. Oh, no, sorry, second round.
Second round, and it will be the girls' second round. We're going to have the Frankfort Christian Lady Royals taking on the Frankfort High Lady Panthers. So Frankfort High will be in action in both of those games tomorrow night.
And you will see the Great Crossing boys tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
Well, that'll be Thursday night.
Thursday night, thank you. All right, John.
That was a lot of fun.
That was. For John, I'm Lanny, and we will see you tomorrow night here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.